Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your general guidance for the next few weeks for May with me, Julie Poole. Hello, welcome or welcome back. Thanks for being here. And this is good for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and cross-watching. However you want to watch it, take the bits that resonate, leave the rest, you know the drill. It's tea and tarot time with Julie. Get yourself a cuppa or a glass of wine or a beer, whatever it is that you want. Put your feet up. Get comfy. We're going to be looking at your general energy for May, and then we're going to add in another layer for money and career and another layer for love and connections. Okay, alrighty, let's see what we have for you then. I'm going to use the animal oracle to get the themes for the month for you. Okay, for my Capricorns, please. Okie dokie. Flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. Panther, reclaim your power. Brown bear, take time out. And pig, use your mind wisely. All right. I want an animal, Australian animal oracle as well, actually. Let me just squidge these over. Okay. Those are the animal oracle. This is the Australian animal oracle. Okay, for Capricorn, please. My hard-working earth signs. Headstrong. Hammerhead shark. Headstrong. Okay, and you are. Okay, right. Let's have a look then. Let's add in the tarot. I'm going to use the divine... What am I... Tarot of Dreams. Thank you. Okay. For Capricorn, please, my fellow earth signs, what do we have for my Capricorns for May? Thank you. Palace of Cups, Page of Swords, King of Coins in the middle of your reading, that's nice. Three of Cups with the Tower, the Seven of Coins, the Two of Swords, the Palace of Coins, the Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. Okay. All right, let's find out some more. Let's get your affirmations. These are mine from Hoping to Having. What's the most appropriate affirmation, please? It is now safe for me to love and be loved. Okay, I want one of these as well. These are the everyday spirit guide affirmation cards. For Capricorn, please. Passion. Oh, passion. Right, it says, fall in love, let the fire inspire, allow passion to guide you. Okay, now passion we tend to think of in terms of a romance, but it doesn't have to be. Getting passionate about life, about living, about your job, about your relationships, just getting passionate, energized, excited. That's what we want, okay? We want to get excited, all right? So let me come and talk to you up here. All right, let's start with this flamenco spirit. Here he is. Embrace the in-between, okay? Now, March and April, as all the astrologers will tell you, was hugely significant in terms of this big shift forward into the new world, right? So as we come into May now, then we are embracing that new world that is on its way in. It doesn't just kind of open up one day. It's a gradual kind of cranking open bit by bit. So what is that new world for you? What is the in-between? Where were you and where are you going? You're Capricorn, so you probably got a plan, okay? So what was that plan? What do we want, Capricorn? What do we want to be and achieve and embody? What do we want? So that in between, we can get frustrated, can't we? Like, are we there yet? We just want to get to the destination rather than enjoying the journey. And this card is all about enjoying the journey, noticing each and every step, whether it's a tiny step, a baby step, or whether it's a big step, just embracing that in between of where I was and where I'm going. I'm on my way and it feels really good. Now it's rooted down with the Palace of Cups. Now this is a place, an environment where you're in the flow, okay? The palace palaces are where the suits live, okay? The king and the queen and the knight of cups live in the palace. So it's all about the emotions and the feelings and the flow and being that zen place, all right? So does my environment enrich me into that flow, or do I feel blocked? Look at your environment. So that can be your workplace, your home, your internal environment, your thoughts and beliefs. Am I in the flow with myself and with life? Because it wants to flow me forward into this new world, the in-between that we're in. We're moving through that in-between. So we're getting into this flow. We're looking at our future. 7 of coins. Very strong Capricorn card, because you're great planners for where is this going? Is it going to give me the rewards that I want? You put the work in and you expect to get the rewards out of it. So the 7 of coins here, you're looking at, where am I sowing my seeds? Is it in fertile ground? Is it going to grow and sprout into what I want it to be materially? My money, my income, my work, my job, my relationships. If I put that work in, am I getting the rewards out? So you're very carefully, I wanted to say cautiously, but they're saying, no, you're not cautious, but you are careful. You are looking at, if I put the effort into this, is it worth it for me? And that's a very wise thing to do. Okay, we want to get passionate about, they're asking me to bring this card in now. We want to get passionate about life, about our dreams, our goals, the way we're living. We want to be in that passion. So if you're feeling sort of stale and stuck, that's the old stuff that's going out. We're moving into this new, more vibrant, more vital energy. And it's safe. It is safe for you to love and be loved, not just with people, but with life. To love yourself, to love what you do, to love who you are, to just get into this very passionate, energized, enthusiastic energy to move you forward. Now, your power is shifting, all right? This row here is all about your power. So we're moving from the in-between, we're going towards greater power. We're going towards greater balance as well. So with this power, reclaim your power. I want you to look at where you have watered down your power or given your power away. I won't say lost your power, because we never lose it. It can have buried sometimes, but we don't actually lose it. The power is always within you. So where have you perhaps watered it down or suppressed it or pushed it away? This is the time to let that power come back up. Now, you may not have all the answers about this, because we've got the 2 of Swords, right, which is the I don't know card. Okay, so the 2 of Swords is about, well, I'll find out. So first of all, what don't I know? Let's figure that bit out. And then when I know what I don't know, then I can figure out how to fill in those gaps. So if I don't know how to reclaim my power, I can read books, watch videos, I can tap into it and say, right, where have I lost my power? Say I lost my power. Where have I forgotten my power is better. Where can I reclaim it and pull it back to me? So you're going to ask yourself those questions. The 2 of Swords, the I don't know card, is the but I'll find out card, okay? And then once you have kind of allowed the answers to come through with the Page of Swords, you are creating those opportunities then to communicate that. Swords are mental energy, right? We're thinking, we're contemplating, we're using our logic, we're using our nozzle to work things out. So I need more power, my power, but I need to expand it and let it come up in a very passionate way, because passion is power, isn't it? Passion is powerful, it's energized, it's got its own little internal engine. So if I've been feeling tired and drained and washed out, it's very difficult to get into the energy of power and passion. So we want to do this, but we do need to take some time out. We've got the brown bear there, which is all about rest and sleep and hibernation, and take a step back and kind of go in your cave for a minute so that you can work out, where is my power? Where have I watered it down? How can I get it back? And so taking a step back, rest, rejuvenation, if you can take a vacation, a holiday, that would really serve you. If you can't, that's okay. Take some time out. When you get home, just say, stuff the dishes. I'm just going to sit and chill and have an early night, and I'm going to get some rest, because through that rest, I will start to rejuvenate my passion and my power, so that I can fully step into the King of Coins with the Palace of Coins. So two earth energies here, okay? The King of Coins, money, security, stability, living in the Palace of Coins. So here's my environment where I'm in the flow of financial flow and of a grounded earth stable energy. The king lives in the palace, so my environment is really supporting me now, really supporting me. So we've got the Palace of Cups, that flow, environmental flow, and now we've got the Palace of Coins, the money, the security. We're grounding it into reality. It's no longer an idea, it's no longer a feeling, it's now being earthed and grounded. So I'm using my mind wisely, right? My mind is my most powerful tool. My mind, my beliefs, my thoughts, my focus, that's how I create. That's how I will things into being. I'm using my mind wisely to create what I want to create, this stability, this security. So using your mind, I want you to look at the Three of Cups, which is about my social life, my happiness, the balance of fun and play and hard work. Look at all of that. And then I want you to stand your ground, Seven of Wands. What works, what doesn't? I'm figuring things out, you see, with my power. Perhaps some of my friends disempower me, override me. Perhaps some of my people I spend time with, not necessarily friends, could be family, could be partner, can sometimes perhaps belittle me, put me down, right? The Seven of Wands is a card of protecting your space, protecting your beliefs, protecting your desires. You figured out you want something. This is what I'm going to do. I've made a decision. This is happening. I feel passionate about it. And then people can come up against you to talk you out of it and say, oh no, I don't think you should do that. But he's not backing down. This is about your boundaries and the courage of your convictions. So there's a sort of intricated message here about your power. We're moving back into your power by taking some rest, by examining where the power has waned and who is waning it. We're looking at our social life, our friends, our family, people around us, and then we're standing in that power. We've reclaimed it and we're saying, this is me, this is what I'm doing, this is my decision, and I'm not backing down. This is where I want you to get sort of pig-headed, all right, as we call it in the UK. This headstrong, determined, stubborn energy. It's like, no, I'm not backing down. This is, you're disempowering me with that, and I'm not having it anymore. Whatever your decisions are, right? This job is diluting my power. I'm going to find a new job. Whatever area it is, you're figuring it out. You're aligning, you're taking a step back and resting and recharging so that you can fully align with your stability and security. You're using your mind, your intelligence, your logic. You're looking at your social circle and your environment and saying, right, my decision's made. This is my power and passion. I'm sticking to it, and I'm allowing the tower to fall on what needs to go, which will be that which disempowers. All right, that which reduces my power or tries to water it down. That's what's going, because I've made a decision. And so, is there some anxiety about this? Yes. Is there some sleepless nights about this? Some questions, some doubts? Very possibly. Just allow them to come up. You may be lying in bed. This is sort of not sleeping very well. You might be lying in bed saying, have I done the right thing, right, by taking my power back? Yes, you have. Right, let the doubts come up and just reassure them. It's my power. All right, nobody can take it, but I might have given it away and now I'm taking it back. All right. It's interesting because Sagittarius had a very strong message about independence and breaking codependency, and you're having a slightly similar but different message about your power, taking your power back. The energy here: be headstrong, be bold, be fearless, and stand in your power. Okay, it is safe, right? And that's why that card is there. It's safe for me to love and be loved. The reason that we let our power wane is because we're afraid that we'll lose a person out of our life if we say no, or if we stand in our own power. You know, they might not want me anymore, they might not love me anymore. But when we feel safe, right, that we say, well, actually, if they're disempowering me, that's not love, that's control. That's not love anyway. I am safe to love and be loved, and I'm letting the tower fall on anything or anyone that has discouraged me and reduced my power, my belief in myself, my empowerment, because I'm back. I'm back. Okay? Right. Let's move on to money and career. So we're taking what's already on the table and we're adding another layer. Okay? This is my deck from hoping to having wealth and success. So if you're not working, if you're retired and you're not interested in the career part, just take the money part, okay? So the money part is income from jobs, but also homes, properties, investments, legal matters, things like that, okay? Right, so on your affirmation, you have, I allow myself to flow with the ups and downs that come with my chosen passion and profession. So we've got passion again, okay? Now, all jobs, this is about, you know, passion or profession can be your job, but also a hobby and interest that you were passionate about. Now, this is just kind of helping you to remember that it's perfectly normal for your passion to flow and ebb. All right, we don't all love our job all day, every day. It's not realistic. We will have bad days. We will have bad moments. But ultimately, we're asking ourselves, am I passionate about this hobby, interest, investment, profession? I allow myself to flow with the ups and downs that come with my chosen passion and profession. Now, I'm putting it here over the Palace of Cups, which is about flow. So I want you to look at the flow of your passions, your professions, of your interests. Sometimes, okay, I'm just listening to what they're saying. All passions and professions will have ups and downs. But when there are more downs consistently than there are ups, then maybe it's time to move on to something else. So look at that flow, that ebb. Look at the power, your empowerment within that, and ask yourself those questions about, is this good for me? Is this right for me? Is this just a kind of an up and a down that's quite natural? Or is this time for me to move on? So look at the flow. The flow will be a huge clue, because remember, here is investigation and research and finding out. So when we look at those ups and downs, if it's more downs than ups and those downs are consistent, then this isn't working for me. But if it's generally good, but I get a few downs, that's okay. So feel into it, okay? All right, I'm going to use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot to find out more about money and career for Capricorn, please. Money and career for my Capricorns. Thank you. Okay, Six of Coins, the card of receiving with the Six of Wands. I generally don't read reversals unless they tell me to leave it as it was, but they don't. They wanted me to move it. You've got two sixes. Right, Six of Coins is generosity, more than enough. The scales are in your favour, that it's flowing towards you. You're in the flow and you're in the success energy. The Six of Wands is victory, success, recognition, riding high, you know, being off doing, you know, right, okay. Let me talk to you. All right, they're interrupting me. Okay. Six of Wands comes after the Five of Wands, funnily enough. Okay, the Five of Wands is a battle card. He's at war. He's been at battle. He's been arguing and pushing, and it's been challenging. It's been difficult, but he's come back from that victorious. He's won. And he's riding through the streets on his horse high up where everybody can see him and cheer him and clap him and say, yay, well done. Okay. Now, this is right on that panther, okay, which is reclaiming your power. So if you feel like you've been at war, at battle, that it's kind of disempowered you, this is when you're getting your power back. You're riding high. You're being seen. You're saying, this is me. I am here and I am powerful. I am powerful. Okay? Say it with me now. I am powerful. Yes, you are. All right? Let's find out some more. So, in terms of money and career, we're looking really good. We're in the energy of receiving. We're in the energy of I've won my battles and I am strong and victorious. Okay? And we're in the energy of justice and the star. Two major arcana cards, absolutely beautiful for money and career. All right, justice is legal matters, contracts, balance, fairness, karma, the good stuff coming in. That's fabulous for jobs because this can be a new contract being offered to you. It's also fabulous for any legal matters. Okay, so if you're in a court case, wrapping up a divorce, a financial settlement, suing somebody, you are victorious here. You are winning. You're in the star energy, which is also about shining brightly, being the shining star, just as he is, you know, being the star riding through the streets and everybody applauding him and cheering him. You are in this, oh, I've won the battle energy. I've got my power back. This is the number 44, by the way, the power card. 44 is a master number about your foundation. Now, that foundation can be financial. That foundation can be home. But predominantly, all foundations are about our power. Because when we feel we've lost our power, we feel we can't achieve or be or do anything. The power is everything. Be in your power. This is my life, my world, my career, my finance. I am empowered and I am the star. This is really good for any interviews because you're shining brightly, standing out from the crowd. If you're applying for a bank loan, for a mortgage, you know, anything like that, this is really, really positive, really good. Your money and career is looking excellent here, okay? I want another couple. They're just saying a bit more information. The wheel is turning in your favor. Karmic justice. So we have karma with justice, which is also karma. This is a double message of this is the right time. This is timings. You know, this hammerhead shark here, headstrong. This is you not backing down. This is you being absolutely determined. I'm winning that court case. I'm getting that job. I'm having that contract. I'm buying that house. This is you absolutely determined in your power to make things happen. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Coins. That new beginning is here for you. That is the loan coming through, the mortgage coming through, the job coming through, the investment paying off. This is fabulous for money and career. But it's all about that power. Get in your power. Okay? All right. Let's have a look at love and connections. All right. These are mine from hoping to have in loving connections. So anything to do with relationships, romantic, platonic, family, work, colleagues, anything to do with your connections. Okay. All righty. What's the most appropriate affirmation for Capricorn, please? Okay. Let me read this to you because it's a busy card. A busy one. I hold loving connections with others without assuming responsibility for them, without being overwhelmed by them or their problems. I am releasing responsibility for others now. Okay. When we take responsibility, it is a choice. I could hear some of you arguing with me. No, I had no choice. I had no option. It is a choice. to take responsibility for another adult human being. Okay? So we do not have to do this. We are responsible for ourselves and only ourselves. We can easily become overwhelmed and disempowered by loving connections where we have taken responsibility for them. Okay. We can help and support and care and be there for people without assuming responsibility for them. It's the responsibility bit that is so detrimental. Because if it's my responsibility and only my responsibility, I feel the weight of the world on my shoulders, completely overwhelmed, and I will feel trapped that there's no way out. But if I haven't taken responsibility for them, I'm loving and I'm supporting in the best way I can with a limit of what I'm able to do, and I stick to that limit, then I don't sacrifice my own health and well-being for another, because I'm not responsible for them. I would ask that you set your boundaries of your own health and well-being. I'll do what I can within a limit that doesn't destroy me. Okay? Because that's not what we're here for. We're not here to be destroyed by responsibilities. So take your power. Remember, this reading generally is about your power. Taking your power and making those decisions and letting the tower fall on what needs to go. Okay? All right, let's bring the camera down. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite. Let's find out more about loving connections. So we've got the Page of Wands. They're just saying to me, for some of you, there's overwhelmed by them and their problems. Can be your partner who's having trouble at work and you're overwhelmed by their problems. Just step back and say to yourself, I am not responsible for their job, their work, their issues at work. As my partner, I want to love them and support them with kindness, but I'm not going to get overwhelmed by their problems. Take time out, all right? So step back, okay? So Page of Wands, we're looking at opportunities for greater passion. And we've got passion on the table. We've got it's safe for me to be loved and love. So the Page of Wands are the openings, the opportunities for greater passion, excitement, romance, all the things that bring passion into our life. So we're opening up to that, okay, from a place of empowerment, right, from a place of receiving. We got the Two of Swords again on the Two of Swords. Interesting double message of I don't know, okay. Now in this deck, actually I want to show you the difference between the two. In this deck she's holding the two swords either side of her heart open. So blindfolded, right, and feeling a bit stuck. But in this deck, she's got her arms folded across her heart, protecting her heart, okay? So, because I don't know, I'm closed, right? Now, we don't want you to be closed. To say I don't know is absolutely fine. But to be open means I'm open to the answers. I'm open to the solutions. So I'm ready with the Page of Wands to create my opportunities for more passion and excitement. That could be romantically, but it could also be platonically. Yeah, you know, going out with your friends and having a great night out. We've got the Three of Cups, which is what that's about. Celebrations and excitement and fun. And I might be here saying, well, I don't know how I could do that. Right, so let's open those arms, let's open the heart and say to the universe, show me how. Perhaps I pick up the phone to a friend I haven't spoken to for a while and say, how are you? We haven't caught up for ages. Do you fancy going out for a drink on Friday night? Let's catch up. You know, let's open it up to bring in some enthusiasm. If this is about love and romance, perhaps you're single and you'd love to meet the love of your life, but you don't know how. And perhaps you're closed to online dating. Many people are. I'm not doing that. But these days, it is the most successful way of meeting somebody. So let's open our heart and our mind, because it's swords, it's about the mind. Open the mind up to what are my possibilities. Let's allow it. Because the pages are always the beginnings of the opportunity. So there's opportunities here for more passion, Let's open up the mind and the heart as to how we can connect, okay? Whether it's romantic or platonic, whether it's a group, whether it's making new friends, because it's been hard and heavy and we want it to be lighter and easier. We've got the battle-weary soldier here, 9 of Wands. Is this your current relationship that's hard and heavy? How can we lift it into a better space? Is it being single that is hard and heavy for you and you really want to meet somebody? So how can we lift this up? We're going to take our power. We're going to do some research. We're going to be open to receive. We're going to use our mind wisely. We're going to stand in that power to say, I can make this happen. If you're not sure how to align yourself with that which you want, all the information you need is in my blue book, okay, from Hoping to Have in the 3 R's. It tells you exactly what to do in terms of being able to align with love and romance and friendships and connections, okay? It's been hard and heavy. Let's own it. Let's take it and say, right, so what am I going to do about it and how can I change it, right? If this, they're just telling me go back to this. If my current relationship, perhaps with my partner or my family, is overwhelmed by them and their problems, I'm releasing responsibility for that and just supporting them with love and kindness without taking on the responsibility. That will release this burden from me, okay? I want you to look at things from a different perspective. Look at it upside down and inside out. And instead of saying to yourself, I can't, I want you to turn that into, why can't I? How can I? Let's move it and open it up. This is a card of surrender and go with the flow rather than resisting, right? It's the mind that gets in the way. The mind that comes up with all the ifs and buts and doubts and it's impossible and I can't. Right, when we surrender to the hanging man, we're putting the mind upside down, right? Basically, it's saying we're putting the control of the mind, the fears, at the bottom, and we're putting our surrender divinity at the top. We're saying, I'm allowing myself to surrender to all that is, to all that will be. I'm going with the flow, and I'm open to receive. And I'm not rushing. I'm not trying to control anything. I'm just allowing. All right, because as we step into that allowing, then we move forward. 8 of Wands. So this is good news. This is the brakes are off. There's nothing in the way now. We've allowed ourselves to move forward. And now we've got the Chariot, which I love because this is a double message. The 8 of Wands is the minor arcana equivalent of the Chariot. So success, victory, forward movement, so we can move into those loving connections. We can move into that beautiful relationship. We can connect better with the relationships we have by letting go of responsibility, by being open to new opportunities with excitement and curiosity, by opening up the heart and the energy and the mind to say, I'm willing to look at all possibilities. I'm willing to try everything and anything. I am ready to explore. And that brings to a close that 9 of Wands. So push on through, okay? Because by surrendering, by allowing, by looking at things with a different perspective, that's how you move forward to that victory and that success. All right? All right. So let's finish off with an angel card or two for you. Quite a long message for you today. All right. Final messages for my Capricorns, please. Final messages. Transformation. That's been coming out so much. And learning. Okay, they're telling me to stop there. Transformation. So, do you see the net around her here? She is releasing that net by stepping back into her power, by feeling powerful, by deciding, determined, really focused. I've got this. I'm allowing everything that was holding me back to transform. And I'm learning from it. I'm taking the learning. That's the book of knowledge there. I have all the knowledge inside me. I just need to tap into it. I have all the tools that I need So I'm taking the learning, I'm allowing myself to lean into my own learning, my development, my growth from a place of power and passion. All right? So Capricorn, that's what I have for you for May. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope it was helpful. If it was, do me a huge favour and like the video. And if you haven't yet, do subscribe. It's completely free, you know, and it helps the channel to grow and other people to find these videos, which enables me to make more of them. All right, I will be back on Friday. Every Friday at 6 o'clock UK time, I post the weekly collective reading. Don't worry, it doesn't say Capricorn on it. I promise you there will be something there for you. And I will see you with another Capricorn video towards the end of May. Okay, much love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.